Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Madness at Mountain Crest Part 4, presented to you by Innova Championship Discs, Las Vegas Disc Golf Club. I'm going to get into the whole descriptions. I don't have any flyers or anything like that, so I'm just going to go through the map for you. We're going to start out with Hole 1. Hole 1 is a doozy. It is a double mandatory coming in at 299 feet. Let's zoom in here a second and see what we got. So again, double mandatory halfway up. You've got to get to the two marked trees, otherwise you take a penalty and go to the drop zone. Also, anything beyond the sidewalk and beyond a painted line or beyond curbing is OB. Hole 2, long one, a lot of painted OB on this one. Hole 2 is 336 feet with OB all the way around. OB is sidewalk and beyond and painted lines and beyond. Again, you don't want to go too deep because OB is about maybe 20 feet behind it, and we're trying to protect T-pad 4. Again, 336 feet, par 3, OB sidewalk and beyond, and painted lines and beyond. Hole A, it's a gap hole between hole 2 and hole 3, 275 feet, mandatory to the left of the marked tree. If you missed a mandatory, you re-tee with penalty. Again, beyond the painted lines, sidewalk and beyond, OB. Hole 3 comes in at 378 feet. There are two pars on this. It's a par 4 for the women and a par 3 for the men. OB on this one is painted lines and beyond, curbing and beyond. The sidewalk for hole 3 is the only hole on the course where the sidewalk is in bounds. Hole 4 is another double mandatory coming in at 306 feet. You've got to go between the two marked trees. If the mandatory is missed, go to the drop zone, take your next shot with a one-stroke penalty. Again, sidewalk and beyond, OB, painted lines and beyond, OB. Hole 5, this comes in at 365 feet. OB is sidewalk and beyond and the painted line and beyond. We will not be using the T-pad on this one. You'll be teeing off the sidewalk. The T-pad is way too slippery. It's going to change the angle a little bit. Keeps the distance the same, but it's going to give you a good grip on your tee shot. Hole 6 comes in at 276 feet. There is a mandatory to the left of the marked light pole. If you missed a mandatory, go to the drop zone with a one-stroke penalty. Again, 276 feet shouldn't be that difficult for any of our players. Hole 7, another mandatory. You got to go left of the marked light pole. This is to protect the people teeing off on hole 8. If you missed a mandatory, you're going to go to the drop zone with a one-stroke penalty. Again, sidewalk and beyond and painted lines and beyond, OB. Hole 8 comes in at 365 feet. This is a alternate T-pad location, sidewalk and beyond, and painted lines and beyond, OB. So if you throw long on this, get into another grass area, you're still OB. Again, 365 feet, OB sidewalk and beyond, painted lines and beyond. Hole 9 is your first par 4 for the men's division. This is a 369-foot par 4. You have a mandatory to the left of the marked tree, so you don't hyzer over 8 or 10's T-pad. Again, a lot of OB on this one. Sidewalk is OB, xeriscaping OB, painted line and beyond, OB, far sidewalk and beyond, OB. I'm going to try to have a spotter on this one to help you out. Hole 10, par 3 for the men, par 4 for women. This comes in at 508 feet. OB's curbing and beyond, painted lines and beyond. And the sidewalk is OB on this one. It does play as a river, making a small island for you. Hole 11 is 335-foot par 3, OB sidewalk and beyond, painted lines and beyond. Inside the curbing and desert landscaping is OB. Hole B is a shorty, but it is an island hole. This is a 178-foot island, The disc must come to rest on the island, and the island is a marked area within the curbing and the painted lines. If you don't land on the island, please go to the drop zone, take your next shot with a penalty stroke. Play normal OB rules thereafter. Hole 12 long, or hole 12 and 13 combined, is a par 4 for the men, par 5 for the women. This is OB sidewalk and beyond, curbing and beyond, and painted lines and beyond. This is a doozy. This will be the hardest hole in the course, very narrow, and a lot of OB to deal with. Hole 14 is a 258-foot par 3, mandatory to the left of the marked tree so you don't throw out over the street. If the mandatories miss, go to the drop zone and take your next shot with a one-stroke penalty. Again, sidewalk and beyond, curbing and beyond is OB. Hole 15, our last double mandatory. You have to throw between the two marked trees. If you miss the mandatory, go to the drop zone with a one-stroke penalty. OB sidewalk and beyond, curbing and beyond. This is a 261-foot par 3. Hole 16 long, or combined hole 16-17, is a 456-foot par 4. OB sidewalk. The sidewalk does play as a river. The sidewalk and beyond near the volleyball court is OB, and the painted lines and beyond are OB. The curbing and the desert landscaping inside the curbing is OB. Lots of OB. It's a reachable par 4, but good luck. Hole C is our last island. Again, the curbing and beyond defines the island with the painted areas. You have to land in the island or go to the drop zone, taking a one-stroke penalty, playing normal OB rules thereafter. And hole 18 is a 268-foot par 3, OB sidewalk and beyond, and the painted lines and beyond, and the curbing and beyond as well. Also, we will not be teeing off on the tee pad, as the tee pad is not level. You'll be teeing off on the sidewalk just next to the tee pad, making a better grip in a better area. So that's going to wrap up our individual hole preview for the Madison Mountain Crest IV. If you're coming out, hope you enjoyed the tournament. And I'm sorry for everybody who has to have the course closed. But again, thank you to our sponsors, Innova, Jaquaa Events, Las Vegas Disc Golf Club. Thanks, guys. Love y'all.